The governor of Kaduna State, Sani, is really in the news. This time around, 2 days ago, he was in the news, eulogising President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and saying that he could not imagine any governor not supporting the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That he is pumping money into the hands of the governors and approving their requests. And so, President Tinubu will be supported by all the governors for his re-election in 2027. Well, apart from what Sani has said, or let me say that what Sani has said has been demonstrated by the non-All Progressives Congress governors defecting into the APC, or those who have not defected saying that they will support his re-election, President Tinubu's re-election. So, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has his own approach to power, which is characterized by selective justice. So he knows where power lies, and so he's impressing himself on those with whom power lies: the governors, the legislators, and those in the judiciary, because those in the judiciary are also not complaining, because we know that President Tinubu went all out to mark out for them robust remuneration. And then, in line of selective justice and to create divide and rule among the citizenry, Tinubu prefers to be offering loan to some indigent students, since he cannot offer loan to all the ocean of indigent students in Nigeria due to poor pay of workers. And so the Tinubu's claim of transferring funds to indigent households is also part of his selective justice and divide and rule. Because if you turn workers' households into indigent households, and you claim to be transferring funds to anonymous indigent households, something is definitely terribly wrong. Can any doctor can the doctors, nurses, and midwives who have to go on strike to fight for their welfare say what Sani has said? Can reasonable federal universities workers, academic and non-academic, say what Sani has said about themselves? Yeah, some are, of low intelligence. Yes, you can't rule it out. Forget that somebody is a professor, somebody is a senior lecturer, or even a lecturer. All manners of people are in the system. But otherwise, with the situation of federal universities workers, because the last time their salaries and allowances were increased in the normal way of doing it, was in 2009. When another increment was due in 2013, that was the year the leaders of the academic staff union of Nigerian universities started getting the fraud called end academic allowance, shared with the non-academic unions to stall increment of salaries for the workers, academic and non-academic, since 2013 till date. And even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has keyed into the scam. He paid the uh, fraudulent end academic allowance in 2025. So you see, so what will ginger any federal university worker to now say Tinubu must be re- re-elected? But since I've heard some saying so, uh, I know that it's not everybody who is sound mind to think of a president claiming fuel subsidy, declaring all subsidies gone, you know, while paying workers less than living wage, while sustaining the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, while sustaining the S-men terrorism and insecurities, worsening mass abject poverty, tugging at Nigerians at this moment, like never before, like never before. At least not since 1999 till date. Tinubu has been the worst, even worse than his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari. Both of them in the All Progressives Congress to 2015 till date. So if the governors are eulogizing Tinubu, the legislators are eulogizing Tinubu, those in the judiciary are not complaining, fine. But doctors, nurses, and midwives are complaining. Not only complaining, have to go on strike to demand for their rights and entitlements, even at the expense of sick people in hospital, while Tinubu himself goes to London or Paris for medical treatment. So any right-thinking Nigeria with the situation of things in town, whether you are students, you are parents, or whether you are parents, students, workers in general, even artisans, drivers, commercial drivers know that most of their income go into buying fuel. Many artisans don't have patronage anymore because workers who will engage them are mostly living from hand to mouth. So that's the situation of things. The economy is actually going down the drain. So if the governors are praising him, those in the legislature and judiciary are praising him, they know why they are praising him. But you, common workers, what are you praising in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What are you praising him? You artisans, common business people. So the overwhelming Nigerians must come out to oppose President Tinubu and the governors and politicians supporting him. Nigerians, if they wake up, they are more than those politicians and their cohorts and beneficiaries. The overwhelming majority must stop joking with politics. You don't have to be a politician, but you can come out en masse to vote for change, positive change, such as represented by Peter Obi. That is where hope lies. But to return this APC to government, who has been worsening the situation since 2015 till date, what hope are you expecting? Renewed hope agenda when all subsidies are, even the claim of fuel subsidy, where none exists, is enough. So you claim fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies is gone, yet you are sinking Nigeria in debt. So what is the present and future of Nigeria under such a ruler who has ruled for more than 2 years and things are not better in any, I don't know any area of Nigerian life that you can say this is better. Even now that we have our own local refinery, is not allowed to function. You know, so they are stifling local refineries. You know, they speak of illegal refineries. Now, when legal ones try to come up, you are frustrating them, so that you can continue to import fuel and be claiming subsidies. That's where we find ourselves. All the lie that Dangote wants to be monopolizing. Don't you know how much you sell crude oil to him? Can't you imagine whether he's putting excessive price on it or not? So insincerity, and those opposing Dangote are government allies, saying that he should not monopolize importation. If you sell crude oil to him, you can bargain. So if we sell to you how much at this price, how much will you be giving it to Nigerians? Because we want the best for them. But does Tinubu want the best for you? Saying fuel subsidy is gone, also other subsidies are gone. Yes, sinking Nigeria in debt, tying every project to one loan or another. So Obasani and the governors, the campaign or declaring support for Tinubu, know what they are getting. He has told us, he said Tinubu is satisfying the governors. So they have no excuse not to vote for him. But I'm saying, you common workers, is that the case with you? Commercial drivers, is that the case with you? Students, are your parents better off now than hitherto? So business people, is President Tinubu driving your business with the economic situation on ground? So those are the considerations. So if you follow your governor or your politicians who are feeding fat at your expense, so your your fate is in your hand. 2027 must not slip away. Let us come out en masse and vote. In America, they don't joke with voting. They don't have to be politicians. I live among them. If you see primary, secondary, nursery teachers, workers generally, they go for vote because they know that their fate hangs on it, on the voting. They don't sit at home and say, I'm not a politician. Stop saying that too, because these people don't mean well for you. 2015 till date, and things are getting worse under the same people. Only for the governor to be praising Tinubu and say he can't imagine any governor not voting for Tinubu in 2027 because he's satisfying them. And apart from the fact that he says it, we can see it. Governor decamping and those not decamping declaring support for the re-election of Tinubu, who plays divide and rule and selective justice, student loan, indigent households, and things like that. In a country blessed with petroleum and other mineral resources, in addition to human resources that are underutilized, including sustaining herdsmen terrorism and the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. And you say he's the best person to continue. Continue to do what? To say all fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone, leaving what for Nigerians to enjoy, in fact, as a matter of fact.